This is probably my most requested video for me to do. So here I am. I'm here to deliver. I'm here to give the people what they want. I will be showing you my makeup routine, my everyday makeup routine. I honestly wear makeup maybe once a week, sometimes twice, depending on my social calendar, but it's usually once a week. And I have a go-to look, that's for sure. You can usually tell from my videos, I either do a cat eye or just mascara and eyeshadow. So it's pretty straightforward and to the point. If I go out, if I'm going out with friends or out on a date with my husband, I might switch it up and do a little smoky eye and a fun lip color. But for the most part, I keep it pretty much the same. So I'm gonna be showing you how I put on my makeup and all of the products that I use, and yes, they're all cruelty-free. And I have to preface this video by saying I am not a beauty guru. I am not anywhere close to a beauty guru. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I just do what works for me, and there it is. I'm not a professional at this, okay? So keep your unconstructive criticism to yourself. But if you actually have genuine tips for me, I would love to hear them, but just don't be a dick about it. First things first, I gotta put my hair up because I can't do my makeup with my hair down. That's crazy talk. And you probably will be seeing me look in the viewfinder more than usual because I have a mirror here in front of me, but it's easier to look in the viewfinder, honestly, most of the time, so I'm sorry for that in advance. First things first, before I put on my makeup, I always wash and moisturize my face because my skin is really oily. If I don't wash my face beforehand, it's not cute. And then also, you always should moisturize, especially before you put on makeup. No one wants flaky ass, dry skin under their foundation. That's not cute. So, for my foundation routine, I always start with a primer. So I'm gonna be using Tarte's Clean Slate Poreless Primer. I really like it. I've been using it for a few months now. And primer is necessary if you want your foundation to last longer and go on smoother. So if you don't use primer, I suggest you try it out because it's a wonderful thing. And you only need a little bit, like a pea size amount, just a really small amount. You don't want to put too much because then your face will just look greasy and gross. So after primer comes foundation, and to apply my foundation, I'm gonna be using a beauty blender. I love this thing, it is amazing. It creates a beautiful like airbrushed appearance on your foundation, and it has a great pointy thing at the top and a round part at the bottom. So this part you can use to put on a foundation, and then the pointy part you can use for like concealer or in those awkward places like the creases in your nose and with like tight corners or something like that. So it's a great little tool, and I just love the way it makes foundation look. I've tried using brushes in the past to put on foundation, and I actually recently just to see what it would be like again because I've been using the beauty blender for so long and I hated it. It gets so streaky and gross, and it just doesn't get that really beautiful finish that you get with the beauty blender. So I definitely recommend getting one of these. The beauty blender brand actually is cruelty free, and I believe Real Techniques also has a line of beauty blenders. They're kind of like the knockoff version, but they work just as well. And Real Techniques is all cruelty free, so if you are in need of makeup brushes or anything like that, definitely go look into them. Also, Morphe brushes, I believe, are cruelty free, and those are great makeup brushes. So that is what I will be using to put on my foundation, and my foundation is Nars. I love Nars. Nars and Tarte are probably my top two favorite cruelty-free makeup brands, that and Kat Von D, of course, but I love Nars for foundation. It goes on really well, it lasts a long time, it really matches with my skin tone. I love it. This is the Velvet Matte Skin Tint Broad Spectrum with SPF 30. And it is in the shade Alaska. You know I'm pale if Alaska is in the title of the foundation. I know some of you are actually pale and you're like, girl, you're not pale. Well, I'm pale for me. Like, I should be a tan person, but I've been living in overcast weather for most of 3 years now, so it's wearing on me. It is. My skin definitely shows it. So I just put some on my hand and then I dab my beauty blender in it and then I just go to town. I gotta start on the outer parts, and you also wanna make sure that you get like by your ear, under your jawline, all that stuff, so it blends really well. And if you want tips on how to apply makeup with a beauty blender, a great person to look into is Candy Johnson on YouTube. She's adorable, amazing, hilarious. She is a makeup artist and she does a really great video on beauty blenders. I think she has a few. So you should check her out if you are new to the beauty blender game. And if you want to, I can do a video on how I clean my makeup brushes and beauty blender, because it's really important to clean your brushes because they can build up a lot of gunk and bacteria, and if you don't clean them, that stuff ends up on your face. So once I have like the majority of my face covered, then I go in with a pointy end and get things like under the eye, eyelid, around the brow, stuff like that. And don't worry, I will put powder on and bronzer so my face will look a little bit closer to my neck color. Also, like, my skin changes so quickly. I tan really quickly and that tan fades really quickly too. So I have like multiple shades of foundation. Some are darker, some are lighter. So my skin is just all over the place sometimes, and a lot of times I just end up blending my foundations with one another so that they're the right color that matches my skin at that time. Now I'm gonna be going in and doing powder all over my face just so I can lock in the foundation really well. Normally I would do concealer and then powder, but my powder, it's the Kat Von D Lock It Powder Foundation in medium. It's a bit darker, so the point of concealer is to brighten under your under eyes and to, you know, it really opens up your eyes and makes them pop. And so if I put on the concealer now and then put on that powder, it'll just darken it again. So I wanna keep it nice and light, so I'm gonna go ahead and powder my face this darker shade and then go in, do the concealer, and then cover that up with like a lighter powder. That's like basically my eyeshadow, but I don't wanna cover eyeshadow all over my face, if that makes sense. That was a really long explanation. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in with the brush. You can also do this with your beauty blender, which I actually recommend doing, but I just don't like the residue it leaves on mine. See, there we go. That is more my skin tone. So if you're like me and you live in like a cold place and sometimes you can get out in the sun and you tan really easily, have a few shades of different colored powders, different colored foundations, and switch them out when you need to. Okay, so now that I got that done, I'm gonna go in with concealer. And for concealer, I use the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. This is a great one. I really like it. It's very luxurious and thick. You don't need a lot. And I've been using this for a while now and I still have a lot left. Oh, that was a lot. Whoops, did not mean to put that much on there. So you're gonna go in and do it under your eye. I like to do the little like V thing. And then I also go in to the little corner of my eye. You see like on this side, it has like a little gray right in the corner there. I like to go in with concealer just to cover that up a little bit and make it more skin toned to match the rest of my skin. And then I'm gonna do the other eye. And then with concealer, like I said before, brightens areas that you wanna brighten. So I like to do like above like my cupid's bow here, chin, this is cute. And then like the nose, any area that you wanna highlight, basically. And then I just go in with the Beauty Blender again and blend it out. All right, blended. And now we have our nice lips just all covered in foundation and grossness. So what I like to do is take a Q-tip, wet it a little bit, and then go around it just so my lips are just bare and it's not covered in foundation. There we go. Now you can actually see my lips. So at this point, you can put on any like loose powders, translucent powders. I actually don't have any with me right now. I just finished mine. I used to use the Cover FX translucent finishing powder. I really liked it a lot. I just ran out, so I don't have any loose powder, but instead I'm just gonna use like eyeshadow. That's so janky of me, but I mean, what you gonna do? And ideally, you would put it like all over where you just put concealer. You can even put it like all over your face too, but I'm just gonna do it under my eyes for now, just so that the concealer stays put, doesn't get weird or creasy throughout the day. And you're just gonna pack it on there. You really wanna layer it in there. The beauty gurus call this baking. And what you do is you just pile on a shit ton of powder under your eyes and wherever you're putting translucent finishing powder, and you let it sit there while you do like your eyebrows or contour or whatever else. And that's what they call baking. So I'm gonna let this bake, even though, I mean, it's eyeshadow, so like, I don't know if it like needs to, but. Oh, and a good place also to put powder is the crease of your nose, because for me, my nose gets so oily so quickly, so that's a good place to put it if you have that problem. So while my eyes are baking, I'm gonna do I'll do my contour. I'll do my contour and blush. So for contour, I use this bronzer from Too Faced, and it's the Chocolate Solelil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer, and I've been using this for years. Like, I got a sample size of it, I think in an Ipsy bag, and it was super small. You don't need a lot of it, but I've had it, like, I still am using it and it's like 3 years later. So this stuff lasts, man, and it really does the trick. I like it a lot. And I don't go crazy with contour. Like, I never draw on like with a hardcore contour stick or anything and like go into it. I prefer just doing powder and keeping it just super chill and whatever. So I'm gonna go in and do my cheeks first. A good way to do it is to like find your cheekbones by kind of like doing the fishy lips. So you can do that, and it just helps it go on easier. So you wanna ideally put it in like the hollows of your cheeks there. So after you do your cheeks, I will blend this a little bit more too, but right now you're gonna go in, do your jawline, give that a nice contour, do the nose, so just like the sides, gives you a slimmer looking nose. And then if you have your hair up, you can do like the hairline there, but if you have your hair down, not necessary. I'm just gonna do it just so like I can show you guys how I do it if I wear my hair up, and I don't do this all the time, but you know, just when I'm in the mood. And contouring is great because it really sculpts your face. It makes you look skinnier in the face, and it's just great. I'm a big fan. So now I'm gonna go in, just blend it all out. If you're bad at makeup, you're new at this, you don't really know what you're doing, always just blend the shit out of everything. Honestly, that is just the way to go. Because you want everything to look as smooth as possible. Okay, so blush. The blush I use is from Tarte again. I've had this blush for 3 years and I have not even hit pan yet. Like, it hardly looks touched. It is the captivating shade Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. I love it. It's amazing, lasts a long time, huge fan. So I'm just gonna go in, put a little bit on my blush brush, and I just put it on the apples of my cheeks, and a good way to find that area of your face is to give like a little smirk. And you're just gonna put it right there. Oh, I'm really like nasally because it's springtime here finally, and the pollen is going insane. Like, my allergies have never been this bad. I'm constantly blowing my nose and clearing my throat. It's the worst. What's next? Brows. Time for the brows. Oh, we're done baking, so you can go ahead and either go in with your beauty blender, pat down the extra powder, or just go in with a brush and brush it off. So for brows, I honestly just use eyeshadow for brows. You can use whatever brow product you want. There are so many out there. Anastasia Beverly Hills is a cruelty-free brand, and you know, she's the most popular brow lady in the biz. She has like a dip brow pomade, which is like a little pot of product that is like in the gel formula that you put on a brush and then brush it on. And I used to use that, but it just made my brows a little bit too harsh. And that's when I switched over to a powder. She also does powder as well. And it just gives it a more natural look. And she also has like a little skinny pencil thing. Yeah, so choose your own adventure with this one. You can do whatever works for you. I prefer powder, and I just started using my eyeshadow because I just didn't want to spend money on another makeup product. But the powder that I use, the eyeshadow, is from this eyeshadow palette, again from Tarte. It's the Tartelette in Bloom palette. Look how beautiful it is. I love it. And the mirror is bomb. Look at it. It's really dirty, sorry, but look how big and amazing it is. So great. I'm gonna go in with the shade Activist. So it's one of the dark brown shades in there. And I'm gonna go in, let me zoom in actually. There we go. I'm gonna go in with this angled brush. A good thing also when you're doing brows is to have a nice angled brush, and Anastasia has these as well, so if you want a cruelty-free brush. So this one, you always wanna make sure that it has an angle right there. So that's what you use to put on the product to your brows. And then it's also great to have a little spoolie at the end so you can tame them and blend out any powder or gel that you put on there. It just makes it look more natural. So I'm gonna go in with the angled brush and just start doing the brow. So like what I like to do is I go in and I start at the bottom and I just frame, I do the outer part of the brow first. So I start with the bottom, and I make sure I get that bottom line real nice and crisp. Now I'm gonna go in for the top. And you wanna make sure you have a really good arch there. Arches are probably one of the most important parts of a good brow. And now you can just start filling in the rest and the middle part as well. And then you can go in with the spoolie, give it a nice little brush, and you're good to go. And then I'm just gonna do the other side. Look at that point though. And I always have to go back and like redo some of my brow because one tends to be like, when I finish it, one is like skinnier than the other. So I have to go and like correct it. So that's what I'm gonna do now. There's a saying about eyebrows. They're always sisters and never twins. Okay, so now I'm gonna do eyes. So I do shadow pretty much all the time. Like I never go without shadow. I just look weird without eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take the same eyeshadow palette and go in with a light nude color. So I'm gonna be using the shade Flower Child. And I'm just gonna go in and go all over the lid. Okay, so we got the base down. Now I'm gonna go in with a darker color and go into the crease of my eyelid. So I'm gonna use Jet Setter. And you definitely wanna blend the shit out of your eyeshadow. The more blending, the better, honestly. You want it to look as soft as possible. You don't want any splotchiness. You want it to just be really smooth and sexy. And I kind of go in and do like, get the corner as well, a little bit. All right, so my shadow is done. Oh, actually wait, I like to do one more thing. I take the lightest shade of my palette and then I go into the crease, or the corner, sorry, of my eye here. Ooh, I have so many eye boogers. Like, I think I have an eye booger problem. Like, so many. So excuse the eye boogers that come out of this. So I just go into the corner and just lighten that up a little bit, and that will open my eyes, make them look wider and brighter, which is what we want. And you can also do this with like a shimmery color too if you want. I'm more of a matte, all matte everything type of girl, so that is the look I go for. Now we're gonna do the most nerve-wracking part, the eyeliner. So I've never done this on camera before, so I'm pretty nervous. I'm actually gonna switch my lens to manual focus so that it doesn't switch in and out of focus while I'm doing it. Really hope I stay in focus. If I don't, I am very sorry. I started doing this new technique with my winged liner, and the product that I use Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. It's really black, it's really sharp, and I love it. I'm a big fan. And it doesn't have a felt tip. It has I don't know what material it is, but it's not felt, which is great because felt breaks down really quickly, and after some time, it doesn't have that like sharpness to the point of your pen that you want. So I really, really like the fact that it's not felt for that very reason. You're gonna start just making a line here and then just draw it to the corner of your eye right there, okay? Okay, so that's step one. It is so hot in here. I'm like sweating, but I can't turn on the AC because it'll be too loud. So that's the first step, okay? And then you're gonna go in and you're gonna connect that. So I go in the corner and then I just drag it up like that, okay? And then you just fill it in, that's it. There you go. You can make it longer, you can make it thicker, and then I do the part where I do this part last. So I go in halfway down my eyelid. Some people do the full, you can do that. I like to just start like here. And you just fill it in like so. Wow, I cannot believe I did that on camera successfully. Woo! Okay, girl. And you can go in and add some touch-ups to wherever you need to. But that's how I do my wing liner. I'm gonna do the other one off camera because this is so nerve-wracking. I just can't even. Okay, I'm back. Are they twins? Are they sisters? Maybe like fraternal twins. Not identical, but fraternal. Next up is gonna be mascara. And very important, guys. Before you put on mascara, you gotta curl those eyelashes. As you can see, mine are flatter than a 4th grader's chest going through puberty. It's just, you can never see them. You can't see them. If I had to choose like a desert island makeup product thing to take with me, where I only take one thing, it'd probably be an eyelash curler. Because honestly, like when I don't ever really wear makeup during the week. So all I really do is I brush my eyebrows out and then I just curl my eyelashes so that they're actually visible and not just like straightforward. Definitely important. Definitely don't skip this step if you want people to actually see your eyelashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. The key is to get like as close as you can to your eyelid without obviously like pinching your eye. And I like to hold it there for a few seconds, and then I like to like shift it and pull it up closer to the end of the eyelash and kind of do it that way. There you go. Look at the difference. You can actually see these now. And these are just like, what? No eyelashes, none. So now we're gonna do mascara. I'm gonna be using e.l.f. mascara. I'm in between finding another cruelty-free mascara that I like. Better Than Sex is like, okay, it's not my favorite. I wanna try out Pacifica. I'm not like a huge Pacifica like advocate. Like it's okay, but it's not like a life-changing brand for me. Maybe I just need to give it a second chance, I don't know. And then there's this other kind that Kate Flowers wears, like the Lola, I think, one that I wanna check out as well. But for right now, this is what I have. I definitely recommend going with a waterproof mascara. It just looks better and it stays on longer. And yeah, you have to use makeup remover to take it off, but honey, it is worth it. So now I'm gonna put on mascara to my curled lashes. And I only do top mascara when I have winged eyeliner. I leave everything below here alone. But when I don't have winged eyeliner, I do both. Just makes your eyes pop and makes them look a little bit bigger. Now I go back and do a second coat. And I like doing multiple coats of mascara. It just makes them look thicker, which is what I am going for. And then last but not least, I am almost done. I like to do the waterline of my eyelids. And this is important, especially for winged liner. It just gives it a very like nice, finished, crisp look. And if you don't have it, there's something missing from your look. And you'll know what I mean in a second. So what I do is I go in and I just like go into the waterline here. So you know how you have a waterline here? And when you do like smoky eyes or whatever else, you can go and do that. Some people put like white eyeliner on there to make your eyes pop, get that like baby doll eye look. You have another waterline up here. So you're gonna go in, and I know this looks scary, but it's really not that bad. Just go in and just draw on that with a pencil eyeliner. This is Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in just black. And there it is. So like, look at the difference. I don't know if you can tell, but look at the difference from this eye to this eye. There's like just a little, like, it's very subtle. It's not anything drastic, but I notice it. So I like to do it just to get like a really crisp look going on. If you want, you could even like do this to kind of help you see where it is. But you don't have to use your finger if you don't want to. And just for the video's sake, I'm gonna add some lipstick. I normally don't. I wouldn't include lipstick in like my everyday makeup look, but just to make this look extra special, I'm gonna throw some on. This is the Tarte Tarteist lip paint that I will be using. I really like it. It's super velvety and soft, and it smells like minty. I love it. And it's a nice nude color. Everyday, very versatile. Is it even? Hope so. That is my finished makeup look. Should I do some sultry facial expressions while I play trap music in the background in true beauty guru fashion? Thank you for watching, everyone. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment down below and tell me your favorite cruelty-free makeup brands and products. I would love to know. I always love hearing your recommendations that you give me. They're so helpful and greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already, click that little red subscribe button down below so you're up to date on all the videos that I post. Take care of yourselves this week, eat good food, and I'll see you in the next one.